Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and remember guys, this is for adults. Guys, don't forget to check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. You can find all the photos that you want of these videos.
What's up you guys, this is Zach J. Dan back with another Every Jurassic Park video. This time we're talking about Every Jurassic Park Hammond collection, which is the new line of 3 3/4 inch scale figures. This is going to be replacing the 6-inch scale figures that we had for the Amber collection. They've already got a large amount of dinos and a couple of humans here that we get to reveal. So there you go with the Amber behind, showing some teases of who we're going to get, and then the 4 that they revealed and have been in stores already. So let's talk about this. So first we have a nice little armor builder here with the Velociraptor. You see with his green eyes there, his mouth got some articulation. There's some nicely scaled, like I said, 3 3/4 inch scale articulated animals here. You can see the way that they got him in the package. They got the tail taken off, so you have to put it back on. You got the claws on his feet with the piece up there on his foot. 3.73 inches in height, 7.5 inches long. You can see him from the side and the back. Again with that articulated jaw open and closed, so you can see the teeth. .14 points for articulation, including the wide opening jaw. So that is not too bad for a little 3 3/4 inch scale figure. And it actually has some really good detail in it. Next we have is our Dr. Ian Malcolm. Posable joints and movie inspired flare accessory there that he comes with. You can see he's got his glasses on, got his suit jacket on, got swappable arms so you can actually have the sleeves rolled up as well. And you can take that jacket off too. So that looks pretty cool. And I'm liking the packaging too. Luckily Mattel hasn't gotten rid of their plastic packaging here yet. But again, nice look. I mean, you can tell this is Ian Malcolm. Not too bad for a little 3 3/4 inch scale figure. Lots of articulation. So 2 more from the Hammond collection, Target exclusives. Get your baryonyx, your parasaurus. So here's your baryonyx in the package. Long dinosaur here, big old mouth. And it does close, lots of articulation. And your parasaurus. Got the big horn on the head. And I said it's a horn on its head, but it's a crest on its head. Got some little articulation right there in the jaw, you can see. Nice colors on him. On the tail, you see that articulation back there as well. Here's our Mr. Dr. Alan Grant here, again with the flare. 2 different head sculpts, so how about that? He comes with another hand accessory there that's holding the claw, and then another one that's holding a glove, so they can hold the little baby Velociraptor. Got his hat and his sunglasses on the other head sculpt. Nice close up of that Again, that face sculpt is pretty dang good. Very close to the way the actor looks. Lots of articulation. And here's our big boy. We got our Tyrannosaurus Rex. You can see from the front. Got the jaw wide open. And that looks really good. Got open, closed. Got the tongue that can go up and down. Tail that can go up and down. Then you got your ceratosaurus. I like the way he's standing there. He's got the horn on the nose, red face there. I like the look on his face with his mouth closed. Look of surprise that he's going to get taken out by the T-Rex. This is the one thing with the Amber collection. I was like, come on, give us some bigger scale figures. All we're getting is Velociraptor. Ended up getting some pterodactyls and some other stuff, but they just never could get the bigger scale figures like this. That looks really good, again with a great paint job. Then we got the gallimimus. Nice army builder here. This is one of the smaller scale packages, kind of like the humans and the velociraptors. Got the tiny little articulated jaw. So here's our nice Triceratops in package, one of the larger scale animals in this collection. We just posed up in different angles. You can see all the articulation, especially on the tail there. Looking really good. Laying down as if he's going to have his heart checked because of all the plants he was eating. Check it out by Dr. Ellie Sattler. And speaking of Dr. Ellie Sattler, we had a little tease of her earlier whenever the rest of these figures were released, but she hadn't gotten released at the time, but now she's finally released in package. Got her arms that can swap out with the gloved arms there. Has a large leaf that she comes with as well. So of course you got the gloves on to check the stool of the Triceratops. Here she is bending down picking up that leaf. You can see those arms. That's awesome looking. And then also one that was teased was the Dilophosaurus. Originally we did not have this one either, but now finally. Here's the Dilophosaurus in package. You can see he's got a couple little spots that can swap out with his frill and with his neck even as well. Check right here. See right here there's nothing on the neck. And here there is that piece on the neck along with his frill that goes out. That's pretty awesome looking. And there you can tell how long his tail is as well. Got the frill up. Alright, we don't really have any good shots yet of this. There's Ray Arnold. There is the pachythosaurus. All the human figures so far. But this is specifically talking about Ray Arnold here. His arm can come off, go into a raptor. They showed off the fact they tried to make his tie perfect to the show, or to the movie. So they printed it on there with all those spots. Got the pins perfect in the spot there. Two of them, Jurassic Park logo. Scale's perfect. The face looks awesome for Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, nice little roundabout there. And then you got the dinosaur, the pachythosaurus. These are Target exclusives. You can see the head there with the big old skull on it, him headbutting the Jeep. But they showed off that it has a wire opposable tail, lots of places of articulation, especially the jaw there. And then they showed off here in a second how they got the paint scheme just right. I'll let you get to that here in a second. Right there. So yeah, we got another dinosaur here. They don't have really great images, like I said, of these guys in package. So I want to go ahead and just put this video out there showing just the quick shots that they had of these all together here especially. So that's pretty awesome. And yeah, they were a Target exclusive. So here they are, the official images without the packaging. Got that tail, that's got the wire in it, the articulated jaw. You can see the difference in the jaw. Alright, so here's the pachycephalosaurus official image in the front and a screenshot from the back of the package. 30th anniversary Jurassic Park. And you got your Ray Arnold here with and without his jacket on, so you can switch out the arms and get it bare arms versus the sleeved. He's got his headset there. And I said you could use the arm as if it's ripped off, but it's not really like that. Interesting shot here. They showed the pins a second ago with color on them. Right here I'm showing them and they look white, so that's not good. But it looks like in package they actually do have the color on them. So we'll have to see how that actually comes out. The picture on the left, again, they're white. But this was a Target exclusive. That's the best shot I can get of them in package. Next we have the ankylosaurus from the Jurassic Park 30th anniversary there. You see that big old tail, the spikes on the back, articulated jaw, got articulation up in the tail as well. And then you got your geosterbergia. Sorry about that, I don't know how to pronounce that. 30th anniversary again. Pterodactyl. You see how big he is, got the big sail on his head. And the wingspan. And again, these two are Target exclusives. Alright, another reveal here, and this time we're going from Jurassic World. We got the convater. Got a big old cell on his back. There it is in package. Nice articulated jaw there, long tail with another cell on it with bendy wire in it. So all kinds of articulation in that jaw, showing a lot of nice detail in that mouth. So from Jurassic Park 3, here's the male Velociraptor. Nice colors on the face there. Does have an articulated jaw, of course. You see the claws on his feet kind of going up like he's tapping his claw on the ground. Red tip tail. And we have our Robert Muldoon. One head sculpt with the hat on, one with it off. Extra hands. And his shotgun. Nice up close shot of that face. Got his badge on his chest there. Alright, so here we are with some more shots of John Hammond. You can see he actually has an ice cream bucket and an ice cream scooper. Got his cane, extra head sculpt, extra hands. So not bad. Got the hat on and off. Pretty cool. We also have Dennis Nedry here. Got the stick. You got the can there with all the pieces of the dinosaurs in there, and then you got the face that's been spit on there. So not bad for Dennis Nedry as well. Extra hands. And that shaving cream can bar saw. Not too bad on this one either. Got the lanyard on his collar too. Got the juvenile T-Rex here. You can see him without his collar on, without his cast on. So there you get the collar around his mouth, or the muffle, and there's the cast on the leg. So that's pretty cool. We also have a baby Stegosaurus. Get the little articulated jaw there. Not a bad figure on that one as well. New ones revealed. Carnotosaurus, showing him in package here. And here he is loose. You see that articulated jaw, the articulation all over the body there. Nice paint job on this guy. Nice details in the sculpt. Get the cell on his head there. Irrtotar. Here you can see the Irrtotar up close. Got the cell on his back, on the top of his head, jaw wide open. Look at that length there on him. And he does have articulated jaw as well. And metricalcanthosaurus. And then your metricalcanthosaurus. Get the articulated jaw again. Nice colors on him as well. Closed jaw there. And coming at you.
So here is the biggest figure to date of the Hammond collection with the brachiosaurus, 27 inches tall, 32 inches long. You see that massive tail and neck here for this brachiosaurus, all kinds of articulation in it. There's the box. Wow, this thing's big. And the figure itself. Close up of that face. Such a cool figure. Alright, here you see a nice shot of that brachiosaurus with John Hammond. Awesome looking.
Alright, from Jurassic Hammond Collection Outhouse Chaos Set from SDCC 2022. The T-Rex is eating the man off the lawyer off of the toilet. There you can see what it looks like in package. There he's got his hat on, his briefcase there, ripping the toilet right off. He's got the slip cover over top of it showing the Jurassic Park gate. Awesome looking set. Attorney Donald Gennaro. You can fit Gennaro right in his mouth. Got your Tyrannosaurus Rex, no pit, take pictures if you want to, whatever. No feeding. So there is the slipcover, thanks to Toy Hype USA for this. The package images from all angles and the back of the package. So yeah, really cool set here for SDCC. Then we have a 2-pack plastic-free packaging for Dr. Alan Grant and the Velociraptor female Jurassic Park 3. So we got the 2 eggs, the satchel, and the camera case. Extra hands. Trying to give the egg back. Very white Velociraptor here. From the back. And there's that package, plastic-free. We also have a Chaos Theory with Dr. Ian Malkin, Jeff Goldblum. He's got his shirt on and button and everything, and he's got a book diorama, so it'll fold out to show him on this pillow here and his leg all tied up. God Creates Dinosaurs, Ian Malcolm. So a very cool little display here to fold out for the book. Got his picture on the back. Jeff Goldblum showing it off. And there's the way it looks in package.
And it looks like Mattel Creations is at it again with another crowdfunding project. This time we're talking about the Jurassic World The Gates crowdfunding project. $250 retail price for this guy. And you need 5,000 backers in order to get the gate, the Jeep. You can read up here on everything else that's going to come with the general release here. It does take batteries. You get your Ford Explorer, like I said. You have the gate. I'll show you pictures here in a second. So there is your Jeep and your gate. Hold on to your butts. Jurassic World The Gates crowdfund. So this is what will come if we unlock all of the unlocks. So this is not your basic release right here. Okay, minimum of 5,000 US based backers are needed in order to just get the gate and the Ford Explorer. Okay, the gate itself is 20 inches tall. At 6,000 backers, everyone receives a post-electrocution Tim figure. There's the back of that gate. Look, you can see you got sound on there, so you got to have batteries on there. At 8,000 backers, you will get the T-Rex buck featuring the Lost World Jurassic Park. At 10,000 backers, you're going to get the Lex figure with the goat and removable hind leg. And then for the early funding, you see these signs right here. If you get 5,000 by July 11th, you'll get these set of 6 Jurassic Park paddock signs. So here is the inside of the Explorer. Again, that's part of the general release. Got the GPS there. There's the inside of the sign with a phone number. Or the gate, I should say, with a phone. And there is that T-Rex. Now that T-Rex, like I said, will be unlocked at 8,000 backers. There's a nice close-up look of the detail on that T-Rex. This is part of the general release with the Ford Explorer. Ford Explorer. You can see the front and back of the Explorer, all the windows around it. Alright, there's your unlock. So Lexi, like I said, is at 10,000 backers, and she will come with a goat with a removable leg. And then that Tim figure right there will be at 6,000 backers. You can see he's going to come with the enclosure fence as well. And there's that goat and the hind leg that'll come off this all bloody for Lexi at 10,000 backers. So there's all those unlocks if you want to read up on that again. This campaign goes until July 26th, but like I said, if we get it unlocked at 5,000 backers by July 11th, we'll get those signs, those 6 signs, for early funding bonus. But yeah, pretty good crowdfunding right here for this Jurassic Park gate with the Explorer and with unlocks for the signs, early bird signs, and then the Lexi and Tim figure, and also the T-Rex. So let's hope we can get all those other unlocks, because that's a lot of stuff you can get right there, especially the T-Rex.
The goat?
So yeah, check that out. You roll over the gate, 20 inches tall. You got sound, you got the lights that flicker as well on the gate. That is awesome. You'll get the Explorer and the gate at 5,000 backers. And a T-Rex here, how about that? That T-Rex looks amazing. Nice articulation in the feet there. And then Tim getting shocked on the fence. Yes, let's please unlock that. Got the flashing lights on the gate too. So there's your unlocks. Just a reminder, unlocks at 5,000, which is the general unlock, is the Ford Explorer and the entrance gate. And of course, if you do it by July 11th, then we get the little paddock labels. Unlocks at 6K backers is the electrocution Tim and the fence enclosure. Unlock 3 at 8,000 is the T-Rex, and at 10,000 it's the Lexi and the goat with the removable hind leg. So far, with 26 days left, we have funded 17% with 871 backers. And again, the target is 5,000. Alright, looking at the crowdfunding, there was 9 days remaining. Only 27% had funded at that time for the gate, the T-Rex, and the SUV. You can see a shot here at the convention, SDCC, showing off the set. Would have been a really cool set. Nice size to it with that gate. Light up flames there. Lights flashing on the fence. Very cool. I just think that there was way too many crowd funds at the same time maybe to back this thing. Not a bad set at all. I love it. With all these dinosaurs all around it as well. Really cool little display we could have had it backed. So yeah, 1 day remaining, only 30%, 1,500 backers out of 5,000 did not happen. And there it is. It was not funded. It ended up at 32% with 1,630 backers, and that campaign did end for the gates.
Everybody quiet off there. Great.
This is the Jurassic Park Hammond Collection Man Creates Dinosaurs Steven Spielberg set. The back of the clapper has, of course, Jurassic Park, as well as some info from the actual clapper that was on set. So then you get Steven Spielberg himself with all the set accurate deco and articulation that the product team put in there. Of course, the camera, which has a lot of great details on it. The dinosaur comes packed with the frill on. A lot of great articulation. She also fits on the stand here. You can get this item at Comic-Con or at Mattel Creations.
Now, I don't know if this is Steven Spielberg's first figure, but SDCC 2023 does give us Steven Spielberg behind the camera. This adventure, 65 million years in the making. You can see the card there. Figure and package there with the camera, the seat. You can see the dinosaur on the moving apparatus there to make it look like it was real, of course. Very cool set scene there. Steven with the other characters there. And action. That's pretty awesome. Steven Spielberg on the chair. He's got a dinosaur shirt on. You see him with and without his glasses on. There's the front and the back of that package. Of course, the slip cover for it as well. We got the Owen Grady here. Another version of him. Got his knife. The mask for the raptor, extra hands, extra head. Right, here we have Blue, the Velociraptor. Got the blue stripe down the body there and up on the head. Got the mouth open, up in a jumping pose. Open and close there. Nice yellow eyes. Good long body. Toes are up. Nice shot of some dinos. Getting ready for another Mattel Creations. Alright, from Mattel Creations, you can see the light up feature that you have in this particular box set right here. There's light on. light off, but you have Mr. Molecule and Dr. Henry Wu coming November 9th, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, $30 at Mattel Creations. There's the front and back of that slipcover and the box itself. And there it is, all opened up with Henry Wu, Mr. Molecule, the table with the egg on it. There's Mr. Molecule, Henry Wu with his pencil and his clipboard. There's that background, of course that's all just cardboard, I guess. And there's that egg. Again, inside that package, you can see it kind of has there was a light up feature in there. Very cool setup here for Mattel Creations. There's our Carnotaurus in package here from the front and the back, and the sides here. Alright, here's our Carnotaurus in box. See the horns on the head. And there's the figure himself. Nice little roundabout video showing him off. And here are his official images, kind of showing you the size there with that little kid. Showing those glass looking eyes, the mouth articulation, the horns on the head, length of that tail to the nose. Got our dimetodon here in package, front and back. Got a nice sail, tall sail on the back. At the mouth, of course, that has articulation, little short legs. Little bumps all over his back and tail. Very cool. Alright, next we have some Target exclusives here with the Hammond collection. Therizinosaurus, 17 inches long, and this thing is huge. Also huge at the same time as the gigantosaurus, 29 inches in length. Both of these are massive.
Hey Jurassic World fans, welcome to Beyond the Gates. My name is Jason Michael, and today I'll be taking you through the latest additions to the Hammond collection, the Therizinosaurus and gigantosaurus. I'll also be taking you through a toy photography setup, so stay tuned. The gigantosaurus is 29 inches long, has 21 points of articulation, excellent natural looking sculpted skin, and wonderful paint apps. It also has beautiful details like the glass eye for added realism, posable tongue, stretchy jaw tendons, and a posable rubber tail. The Therizinosaurus is 17 inches long, has 25 points of articulation, which allows you to get into these wonderful poses. Some dynamite features include a glass eye for a more realistic look, individual articulation for each claw, paint apps that are absolutely gorgeous. Now let me take you through my toy photography setup. I wanted to create an image that encapsulates the epic final battle between these two dinosaurs. In order to do so, I set up in front of my television with a digital background and posed them as though they were going head to head. Because I like practical effects in my photography, I'll use a garden pump and canned fog in order to create the rain effect. The Hammond collection, Therizinosaurus and gigantosaurus, first to market at Target.
This guy looks like he's got like feathers. He's also got the long claws there. Got the bird look to him, very cool design for a dinosaur.
There it is, front of the package, back of the package. Of course, they showed off those eyes in these big figures, how glass look they are. You see him in action, mouth open and closed, and up close they're showing those that face off with the eyes. Then you got your gigantosaurus, mouth wide open with the tongue articulation there, cell on the back, in package there, back of that package. And here he is in action again. How long he is. Up close, that eye. And again, they got the photography there showing them off in the photo shoot with the spray. Very cool. And then the final scene there. And then as I was looking at the back of the package, I noticed that there was three, very blurry because we don't have a good image of this box yet, other pictures here. And from what I can tell, it looks like we are getting, from Jurassic World Dominion, Claire Deering, from Jurassic World Fallen, Velociraptor Delta, and for Jurassic World Dominion, Pyroraptor. So another great set. Got another human coming, another raptor, a couple raptors there. But very cool. I like the feathery one there. And then the size of these guys on the shelf compared to other smaller dinos and humans. Massive. SDCC 2024 exclusive here. The Jimmy Buffett collection and the glass there. Bubbles up. And you got the Dimetodons attacking him with his two glass in his arms, hands there, hat on. You can see him in package and out of package. Got the sunglasses, the hat on, and the front and back of that package. Side of the package looking like a mixer there. You can pour it through. Get your Claire and Delta Raptor. So Delta Raptor with the mouth open and closed. Yellow eyes, toes up. Running pose there. Claire, you got the arms you can switch out so you can take your jacket off, backpack on and off. Got a ponytail. There's both of them in package. And you got your Pyroraptor here with all the feathers. Mouth open, wings spread. Tail really long with the feathers on it. Mouth closed. And there he is in package. There it is in package. So all three scale wise.
What's up, Jurassic World fans? I am so excited to be back as your host of this episode of Beyond the Gates Creator Edition. My name is Neems, aka the Movie Poster Guy, and Jurassic Your World. I'm such a huge fan of the Jurassic World short, Battle at Big Rock, and that is why I'm so thrilled to share with you for the very first time the all-new Jurassic World Hammond Collection, Allosaurus. In this episode, I'll be recreating the destructed campsite from the short film and photographing it using this epic figure. But first, let's take a closer look at the Hammond Collection Allosaurus. The Allosaurus is one of my favorite species, and to see it get the Hammond Collection treatment is exciting. This figure is 21 inches long and has 19 points of articulation, as well as lifelike details like glass eyes and a wired posable tail to enhance storytelling. The Hammond Collection Allosaurus also features a detailed paint application, and the features on the face sculpt are awesome. I love the box art, and it's awesome that it includes the Battle at Big Rock logo. Let's head down to my photo studio and recreate one of the most iconic shots in the Jurassic World franchise with a little twist. To recreate the destructed campsite from the short film, I'm going to need pine trees and a foliage-heavy setting to make it feel like the Big Rock campground. I'm going to use different colored lighting and fog spray to give it a moody atmosphere and give the illusion that things are on fire. I'll add in the fire later digitally. I want my photos to match the scenes in the short film, but have it be a bit brighter to show off the Allosaurus figure. And here are the final photos. The fans have been waiting for this, and it's finally here. The all-new Jurassic World Hammond Collection Allosaurus is available for pre-order exclusively on Target.com now.
Alright, so here you see our Allosaurus, Target exclusive I guess, since they're showing that off there. Articulation in the mouth, the neck, a lot of stuff there, spikes on top of the head, the back. Long figure there. Mouth open, mouth closed. Very cool looking figure. Alright, so here is the Allosaurus in package. Alright, here we go, the Triceratops ghost. Red eyes, white skin. Got the same like claws as the other raptors. But those eyes are amazing. Here it is in package. Got the Scootosaurus. The horns down the bottom of the chin there. Little tiny little guy. Scooting on his belly. Tiny little shriveled up tail. Yellow eyes. And here we have the juvenile Triceratops. Nice wash on the top there. Pretty eyes. Mouth open and closed. Pre-order now, you see that. It's got those glass eyes I was talking about. And the articulation in the jaw. There's the tail. Beautiful little guy. And there he is in package. Target. Spinosaurus in package. You see the True FX up at the top right. That's new on the packaging. 11.36 inches tall, 26.3 inches long for the Spinosaurus. Compared to the human here. Back of the package. There's the figure itself. Big old mouth with articulation. Or not. Maybe it's always open. You have your True FX version of the Stegosaurus here as well in package. You can see that's a big figure as well. 7.86 inches tall, 13.3 long. Back of the package. Roundabout video showing off the Stegosaurus. Got a close shot of those eyes. It looks so glass-like. Got the articulation in all the legs. Big old spines on his back and tail. Plus the spikes on the end of his tail. Articulation in the neck. And the leg. And the tail. There they all are around. We got some smaller figures here with the tiger velociraptor and the stigimaloch. Another here. So here is the velociraptor tiger version, packaging all around. Again, you see the True FX on the logo. 3.67 inches tall, 8.29 inches long. Those eyes, articulation in the jaw. You have your stigimaloch. True FX, 14 points of articulation, including the opposable jaw and tail. 3.9 inches tall, 7.25 inches long. You can see the packaging, True FX. Movie authentic detailed design. And then you got your Trudon, or Trodon, True FX. Lifelike details like glass eyes and opposable tail. Look at that eye, like he's blind. True FX on the package.
14 points of articulation, including the jaw. 3.7 inches tall, 7.4 inches long. This guy looks nasty. So all these new figures revealed in the Hammond collection. They all are in package. And then we got a T-Rex Convention Crasher set. SDCC, I guess, 2025. Mattel Creations. Back of the package. But you see the big old T-Rex plus the guy in the T-Rex suit. Poor guy. He's trying to run away with his little T-Rex box. Got the fans when fans ruled the earth. He can take his backpack off, of course. There's the package. The T-Rex yelling at him. The guy excited at the convention until he sees a T-Rex. And the banner falls. And the T-Rex yells. Coming to Target September 2025. Some more Hammond collection.
Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Gates Creator Edition. I'm Jax from Plastic Action, and today is extra special because we're going to be featuring 3 Hammond Collection dinosaurs, and I'm going to do my best to bring them to life using stop motion animation. Let's kick it off with the Ornitholestes and Musaurus, both featuring at least 15 points of articulation, a wired posable tail, and lifelike eyes. The Ornitholestes comes with a set of swappable claws, so we can get this carnivore into a perfect attack stance. The Musaurus comes with an extra set of feet for poses in an upright position, a tribute to this species that frequently walked on its hind legs. The Triceratops is the latest large species dinosaur from the Hammond collection and comes with an alternate battle-damaged horn and open mouth so you can recreate that unforgettable kiss scene from Fallen Kingdom. Before we animate, I need to attach these figures to a stop-motion rig so that the dinos don't move in between frames during my shoot. Now that the figures are secure, let's start animating. To create the illusion of movement, the figures are moved in tiny increments in between photos, so when the sequence of photos are played back, it looks as if the dinosaurs are actually moving on its own. Once I'm done animating, I import the footage into my editing software to remove the support rigs and replace the blue screen with the background image. Adding sound effects is the finishing touch that brings these toys to life. I captured 128 photos and stitched them together to create this animation. You can pre-order these Hammond Collection dinosaurs exclusively on Target.com.
Here they are scale-wise compared to each other. Standing up. Packages. True FX. Here's the Ornitholus. Got the claws up, mouth wide open, tail up. Extra hands. You see open and closed mouth. Mouth open. Kind of hunching over. Musaurus. Extra hands for him as well. Here's our Triceratops. True FX. Holes up in the head shield there, I guess. Got a black horn. And you can switch out the horn for a sharper horn as well. And you got another place you can switch out to have him do something with his mouth, I guess. Lick you maybe. So there's those 3 figures from Target, 2025, September. Humans loose.
guys, what do you think? Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave any kind of comments. Hit that notification bell so you're aware of any new videos that I have. Subscribe to the channel if you've already. Hit that thumbs up. And what do you guys think? Are you glad that they swapped out from the 6-inch scale to the 3 3/4 inch scale? Just so we can get more dinos in the collection? And what do you think about the quality of these figures? Have you started picking them up already in Target? Let me know in the comments. I'll talk to you guys later.
Guys, don't forget to check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. You can find all the photos that you want of these videos.